Welcome back. You're still watching Guide Review with me, Sharon Acquah. Now, we'll all attest to the fact that Ghana has been experiencing some unfair hot and sometimes warm weather for over a month now due to climate change. Now, looking at humanity's increased usage of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas to generate electricity, run cars, and other forms of transport and power, there's no way we are going to end the debate on climate change anytime soon. However, it is never too late to start from somewhere. Trees have been noted to help fight climate change. And yesterday, the Forestry Commission, together with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, planted over 5 million trees to officially birth the Green Ghana project. We visited the commission earlier this week to get some more insight on this project. Take a look. Jenny Uglo once said, "We may think we are nurturing our garden, but really, of course, it is our garden that is really nurturing us." The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, together with the Ghana Forestry Commission, birthed the Green Ghana initiative earlier this year. Today, we are here at the Forestry Commission to speak to Mrs Joyce Ofori Kwafo, the Corporate Affairs and Media Relations Manager. Madam, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
So, can you give us a brief background of the Green Ghana initiative?
The Green Ghana initiative was birthed by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, that is the Minister, Honorable Samuel Abujinapo. But before then, the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has hinted on the need to plant more trees. And it also ties in with the International Day of Forest, which is celebrated on 21st of March every year, worldwide. So, looking at our peculiar circumstances, we saw the need to restore our degraded forests in Ghana, and we decided to embark on this program.
Speaking of the theme, what really is a theme and why did you settle on that?
The theme is forest landscape restoration, planting 5 million trees in a day. Forest landscape restoration, planting 5 million trees in a day. We chose this theme. We got part of it from the theme for the 2021 International Day of Forest celebration. And we also adjusted it to suit our peculiar circumstances. That one is allowed by the United Nations, where all member countries can look at the theme and then use it or adjust it to suit their very peculiar circumstances. And that was what Forestry Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources did.
What are some of the goals the forestry seeks to achieve from this initiative as well?
Yes, the objectives of the Green Ghana Day are protection of watersheds or water bodies. We also want to beautify our communities, our towns, and our cities, and mitigation of climate change. Now we have irregular rainfall patterns all over the country. The rains don't come in on time. And when it happens like that, it has implications for food security. If you are in Accra, you are not into farming, you will really not get the impact of climate change, the degradation of the forest or the forest loss and the relationship it has with climate change. If you go to our small towns, our villages, and you speak with the farmers, they will tell you the rains don't come in on time. And when it happens like that, they lose all their foodstuffs, all their farm produce. They run at losses. So it is one of the objectives. We also want to create awareness on the need to restore degraded landscapes in the country and also inculcating the youth the need to plant trees. Now, people just cut down trees. They don't take it into consideration the various benefits it has for them or for the upcoming generation. They just cut it down. So it's another way of telling the youth, you need to plant trees, you need to protect trees, you need to protect your environment. And also we see it as a form of livelihood enhancement program for people who are into seedling planting and for also farmers who want to plant trees on their farms. These are but some of the objectives of the Green Ghana Day.
And how many seedlings are going to be planted on this day?
Yes, we will come to that, but because you've asked this, let me just take the opportunity and answer. The Ghana Education Service is one of our major stakeholders, and we've consulted them. We've consulted the Minister for Education, and they are prepared to help us. And the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources launched the One Student, One Tree project, and it received massive support. So school children all across the country will be part of this Green Ghana Day on 11 June 2021. We are looking at a minimum of 5 million seedlings, and we are planting that in one day. It is very, very possible. It is very, very possible. What we have started, or what we did, was that we started with a stakeholder mapping where we identified our major and minor stakeholders, and then we consulted them. The Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has met with all the traditional authorities, the National House of Chiefs, the Regional House of Chiefs, and he has consulted with them on the need for them to support this program. The Chief Executive of Forestry Commission, Mr. John Alote, and his two deputies, executive directors, managers, and staff have also consulted. They've told the entire country, sensitizing all the major stakeholders on the need to support the project and to also secure their buy-in. That has been done. Now come to the procurement of seedlings. Forestry Commission has seedlings, seedling nurseries, seedlings nurseries in all the various regions and districts across the country. We also buy seedlings from private seedling developers, seedling people who plant seedlings. So we also buy for them. Now, these are companies or individuals who have been trained by the Forestry Commission, and as such, they plant the seedlings or they nurse the seedlings to our technical specifications. We have bought all the seedlings from them across the country. Now, what we have also done is that we have identified planting sites where the seedlings are going to be planted on 11 June 2021. We have consulted stakeholders like the churches, for instance, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, the Pentecost Church, and the Apostolic Church, the Catholic Church, and some other churches have also come in. We also have the private developers who are into plantations development. They are also on board. Now, considering the number of requests that we have and the requests that are coming in, we may even exceed. I will not say we may, we have exceeded the 5 million. And we hope that everybody who has taken the seedlings will plant on that day. We also have a seedlings register where whoever comes to collect the seedlings will register, write their names, contact address, exact location. And for those who are doing massive planting, those who come in for, let's say, 200, 300 seedlings, for people who have land banks, our officers will go and look at your place where you say you want to plant it, so that we'll be very, very sure that you are going to plant the seedlings on 11 June. So we will exceed the 5 million. We will exceed the 5 million.
Of all days, why did you choose June 11th?
We chose June 11 because even though we are experiencing climate change and its impacts, we know that June is the wettest month across the country. We get a lot of rains during that month. And since some of the seedlings are planted in the forest where we cannot water them, when the rains come in, we are very sure that they will do well with the rains. Yes, and it continues in July and sometimes August. But for climate change, we can do a very good prediction. But as it stands, we only hope and pray that the rains will come in as expected. But for sure, June is a rainy period for the country.
Speaking of nurturing for the seeds, how are you going to go about that?
If it goes contrary, we will have to resort to watering them. Yes, especially those in towns and those in the cities and those in our individual homes, we have to water them. And one thing is that when we plant the seedlings, we are not done. We have to nurture them to grow. And that involves watering, taking care of them. If it demands that we mulch, where we put some leaves around, dry leaves around the seedlings so that it is assured of moisture all the time, we have to do it. But I'm very sure we will get rains in June, the whole of June. So if we plant on 11 June, at least up to the end of June, I'm very sure we will get rains.
Where can one get the seedlings?
The seedlings are available from all Forestry Commission regional and district offices. We also have some at the malls. We have seedlings at the Oxford Street Mall, ANC Mall, Accra Mall, Palace Mall, Junction Mall Barrier, Junction Mall at the Barrier, Oyarifa Mall, Melcom Plus Complex. This is for those who are in Accra and some other big cities. But if you go to any regional and or district forestry commission office across the country, you are sure to get your seedlings. And also we send some to regional offices, regional coordinating council offices, and some other public places where it will be accessible to the public.
And how much are they going for?
No, it depends on the person's ability to plant in terms of the area that one has at a particular point. So it can be one, it can be two, it can be 200, it can be 300. But the most important thing is that you have to make sure you plant. Other than that, you would have wasted, yes, the seedlings, and you would have wasted our money, government's money, the taxpayers' money. That's what we are using. Yes. So whoever picks it must kindly make sure the seedlings are planted. Yeah. The seedlings are free. Yes, they are absolutely free. All you have to do is to walk or drive to your collection point, speak with the Forestry Commission officer in charge for them to give you the guidelines that you may need, and you pick as many as you can plant, and then you go away with them. They are free.
Coming in as an individual or just any other person, how will I be sure to know that this is the exact seedling that I want to plant? Is there any form of education that is going to be done on this?
Very important question. Somebody will come and tell you, I want this species. But then we, the Forestry Commission staff, will ask a lot of questions. Where are you going to plant them? What purpose? Why do you want to plant them? And then based on that, we will advise you. If it is in your home, we will know what to tell you. If it's a large area in a forest, a land bank, a big area, we will know what. And then what are you using them for? Now, for some schools, they'll tell you we want to use it for woodlots. That is, want to use it for charcoal or want to use it for firewood. We will know what to suggest for you. That is why we always recommend that you speak with our Forestry Commission staff, the technical staff, who will give you the advice that you need, and also how to plant the seedling. Yes, you have to dig the hole to some specifications. So it is advisable that each and every one who would like to plant a seedling contact the Forestry Commission staff, who will guide you on how to go about it.
Are there punishments for people who may flout the rules where they are not able to really nurture for the seeds or waste the seedlings?
On 11 June, we are expecting all Ghanaians to plant. It is assumed that by 11 June or on 11 June, everyone who is interested or everyone who is in a position to plant might have gone to the seedling collection point for their seedlings. So when you get up, all you have to do is to plant where you have designated for your planting. The President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will plant. The Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, will plant. The Speaker of Parliament, traditional authorities, everybody in this country, high-ranking profiles, the judiciary, I can't name them. Everybody will plant because they've all bought into the Green Ghana Day. The National Chief Imam has declared his full support for the Green Ghana Day, and he is going to plant as well. So everybody will plant. Now I'm going to tell you some of the tree species available for planting. We have acacia, red sandalwood, albizia, we have cashew, neem, bamboo, cedrela, orange, coconut, flamboyant, melina, mahogany, tree of life, mansonia, avocado, royal palm, rain tree, cassia, and a whole lot of others. We have mango, we have crocodile, we have dawa dawa, we have shade, a whole lot of tree species. So it depends on where you are going to plant them and the reason why you want to plant them. Our officers will help you make a decision. They are at all the seedling collection points at our various regional and district offices and all places where the seedlings will be sent to for collection. You are sure to find our staff there. We expect to see the seedlings growing up. As I mentioned earlier on, when you plant the seedlings, you are not done. You have to nurture them to grow. So we expect that after they've been planted, they'll be nurtured. And now there's a monitoring committee in place that will go around to check every seedling. That is why we have a seedling registration form where everybody or all those who collected the seedlings will have to form, give their details, because they will be coming around unannounced to see that you came to collect 200 seedlings. Okay, how are they faring? We want to see how they are faring, the place where you planted them. So there will be monitoring, strict monitoring in place, because we are going to account for the seedlings, yes, at the end of the day. So we expect to see that all the seedlings are doing well, and at the end of the day, we will leave richer, better wildlife and forest resources for the future generations.
Are there punishments for people who may flout the rules where they are not able to really nurture for the seeds or waste the seedlings?
We haven't thought about that yet, but we are looking at it from a patriotic point of view. We are giving these seedlings free of charge. And because we want everybody to benefit from it, that's why we are giving them out for free. So being a patriotic citizen, we also have to do your best to plant it. We are not being so strict on that for now, but we hope that everyone who comes for the seedling will plant it.
Madam, thank you for having us. It's been a pleasure talking to you. All right, so that was Mrs. Joyce Ofori Kwafo, the Corporate Affairs and Media Relations Manager of the Forestry Commission. Thanks for joining us. Right, so that was a conversation recorded earlier at the Forestry Commission with the Corporate Affairs and Media Relations Manager of the Forestry Commission, Mrs. Joyce Ofori Kwafo. And you heard it for yourself. The seedlings are free, so kindly do your bit in saving the earth by planting a tree. It costs nothing to do this. Like our president said, be a citizen and not a spectator. After all, we only have one Ghana. We have something on fashion coming up right after this break. Please stay.